Well, obviously this team has been putting up a lot of points, so you and your teammates, y'all faced a really good passing team in Texas State with a good running back and then a really good dual threat quarterback and a good running back. And so what's different about this challenge?
I feel like they got guys a little bit more physical, a little bit more disciplined. So we're going to have to do the same thing on our side. Just be disciplined, be in our gaps. That's what it's going to come down to.
Obviously y'all are a confident bunch and play well, and yet you have to recognize how good they are. So what is it going to take against a team that seemed like their whole team is senior teams and they were, the same team as last year to kind of mess up what they got going because they're in a rhythm right now?
Well, like you said, they're a senior team. They got a lot of guys with experience, so, you're not just going to go out there and catch them, just out of place. So we just going to have to make sure to try to match that on our side, play a lot more from the neck up, less on the physical side, more on the mental side, just knowing where you're supposed to be every play. Because that one play where you're out of your spot, they're the type of team they will catch you.
Do you feel like you guys hit your normal level in that regard, i.e., knowing and being where you're supposed to be against Georgia State last weekend, or do you feel like that was something that you guys didn't quite hit your normal level?
I feel like there was times we was there, but it's gonna fall back to consistency. First, third, fourth quarter, they didn't get anything. Everything they got was kind of in a 10-minute period in the second quarter. So it just come down to doing it every play and not taking breaks.
I know we had apparently the communication when it was third and goal from the 24 and you hit the tight end over the middle, but was the other thing just y'all just hadn't quite figured out what they were doing yet, or what was the thing that in the run game part of it that wasn't quite there until the second half?
Looking back on film, it was just guys doing stuff like that they usually wouldn't do. I look on film, even myself, I had a play where I'm supposed to get to the C gap, I end up staying in the B, and just small stuff like I said, the one time you don't do it right, that's the play they find your gap. So we had a lot of that going on, but we came back, looked at it in the second half, and guys were just a lot more disciplined.
Yeah, because both Dez and Coach Thomas have said that, I think sometimes maybe a lot gets made about quote unquote halftime adjustments. They've said, well, defensively, we didn't adjust anything. We called the same plays, it's just that we executed better. I guess for you guys, despite the loss, how much better does that allow you guys to feel about how you performed at knowing that, well, if we had just done this the first time, it would have been fine?
It definitely shows that, because like you said, we go back and watch and we see in the first half and the second half we calling the exact same plays. So it just showed that when we execute right and where we're supposed to be at, everything will be all right. But like I said, at one time, that's all it take. That one time where somebody peeking in the backfield, they supposed to have man, somebody out of their gap trying to make a play. That's the one time that you get gassed.
Y'all played this team last year, and obviously maybe they're playing at a little higher level than last year, but it was decided on the last play of the game on a field goal. So, do y'all draw strength from that? Y'all probably feel like y'all are better than y'all were last year at that time as well.
You just got a feeling of what they gonna do. We know who they got. It's not gonna be any surprises. When we step out there Saturday, we know what we got to do. So, we know they got a lot of guys coming back. Last year, we was confident in what we did on defense, except for at the end of the game, last few plays. But other than that, we got a lot of confidence knowing that these people we've seen before. It's not gonna be nothing new, nothing crazy.
What do you see from is it the quarterback or is it the running back? In what areas do you feel like they're playing at maybe a little higher level than last year?
I feel like they got a good balance. They don't have to depend too much on the run game or the pass game. They can do a little bit of both. And up front, they look a little more solid than they did last year to me.
The quarterback at Texas State was huge. Last week's guy could run and throw. What's the challenge with the South Alabama quarterback?
Probably pushing the pocket. He pretty good. You let him sit back in a clean pocket, he will pick you apart. So probably pushing the pocket, keeping him in there, and this is our chance to like go get your sacks, go make your money. Last few weeks we kind of been more in like we know he could run. Like you try to do a little bit too much, he'll break through, he'll cut you up. So this week is more of just letting guys go rush and try to go make a play.
Do you guys feel like the last 2 weeks that you guys have had the dubious task of matching up with arguably maybe the two best offenses in the league, and then now you're looking at another one that's obviously in that conversation as well? Does that help you guys at all coming into this matchup?
Well, the last 2 weeks, like you said, we played against probably the best two in the league, and we've held them pretty decently. So it kind of gives you a little confidence boost a little bit to know that, whoever come in here or wherever we go, like we can compete. So, it just allows you to play more loose. You're not really worried. You don't really think about like who you playing. You just think about doing your job.
I think you guys play looser on the road. Is it easier to play on the road?
I feel like it's a little bit less pressure on you, People in the stands, you'll never see them again. So, you talk a little bit different when you coming down the tunnel. But, yeah, you could get a little bit more loose on an away game, I think so.